Hello, my name is Charles, and in today's video, we are going to go over um, is AI going to take over the computer science field and programming as a job? We're just going to talk about AI and programming. See, because a lot of people, and I have seen so many, articles, um, one by CIO Dive that developers feel the heat as AI coding tools shorten deadlines. Multiple articles talking about AI coding assistants wave goodbye to junior developers. People on Reddit surveying shows that 40% of the programmers think that AI as a code writing tool is worse than expected, while 40% think AI is better than expected. People on freecodecamp.org are talking about, will programmers become obsolete due to AI? And I think even UC San Diego, had an article on the 22nd of March 2024. Will AI replace programmers navigating the future of coding? And I think after looking at a lot of the articles, or even just looking at some of the information, and then even my own understanding, I think into what'll happen is the programmers and coders will use the large language models or AI as tools in their toolkit during the process of coding. So it is not that your job is going to be replaced or that you are going to be gone. It's that through the power of AI, things that are repetitive, things that can be automated, or even a bulk code that can be done quickly can be done through AI. Now, it doesn't mean you don't need to understand the material to be sort of like an editor or a manager that requires the revision and specification needed for your specific project or task or goal. But it does allow you to get things done quicker. Now, for people just starting out, this does leave a temptation that they don't need to understand the material themselves, and they do. If you go into a job interview and you're asked technical questions, the AI is not going to solve it for you if you're in person, right? If you're sitting across a desk from someone, you can't tell your manager, oh, dude, let me whip out my phone. I don't know what you just said. Sounded like garbly-goo. Let me look it up on AI. Right? You got to know the material. And then in addition, let's suppose you're on the job, right? It's your first day on the job. You're making 100K. You're like, I got this, dude. 25, making 100K. I got this. And then the AI doesn't give you the answer you want. Your boss is like, so where's the project? You can't just tell them my AI didn't have the answer. I don't know how to code, right? You need to be able to create the desired outputs, and you need to be able to understand what the AI is creating to tailor it to your specific project. Now, I think a big thing is programmers maybe, right, if you lean too far on that side and let's say, I never want to use AI. AI will, when you are coding, make things quicker, more efficient, faster pace, right? You'll get things done faster, and it'll take care of a lot of the legwork for you. So you'll be left behind. Other programmers will get things done on shorter timelines if you do not use AI. So I think there's a huge incentive to use AI, but I think it requires understanding. And I think you can almost be like the role of a manager, where you're controlling like your AI, almost like your AI is like your little mech suit. And that's, doing the bulk of the programming, and you are overseeing and managing and making sure it works well. What are some other big thoughts? Do I think it's going to take over, programming long term? Who knows, right? We can't predict the future. But what I will say, and this is just in general with things like AI, or AI in general, I think humans are one of the few, humans have genuine novelty. Like language did not exist and then language existed, or certain things simply did not exist and then we brought them into existence through genuine novelty. I think AI is always predicated on the idea that there's some underlying data it has access to or some input you give it. It can't just create a new idea through inspiration. Like, it's not conscious. Whereas humans, being, in tune with God, you may not believe that, but being in tune, even if you take, right, you're just a Darwinist, like, language did not exist and then it did. So too with many other inventions, like these things, not that we saw them in the environment and we created something kind of similar, like there's no new thoughts or whatever. No, like there are things that simply did not exist prior and then existed due to human, genuine creativity. And so I think AI will never be able to replace that. So I hope this helps. I hope you guys, are confident and maybe assured, like, okay, AI is not going to take my job. I got to learn how to use AI, and I still got to understand the terminology, conceptions, and syntax when I am coding to know how to manage any AI that I am using and also create the code myself if need be. So I hope you guys enjoyed. AI is not going to replace your job. Go out there, start programming, and much love. No.